You are in the AI governance class. And a bit about myself. So at the moment, I am the director of data science and ethical AI at Included AI. It's a small startup company, and we're developing. It's a software as a service company developing tools for human resource. One of the things that we talked about uh, last class is how do we define artificial intelligence? And a lot of people define this in different ways. And just to sort of level set again, in general, it's a system that can perform tasks that require some amount of human intelligence. And it spans the gamut from natural language generation and understanding, speech recognition, virtual agents, sort of like chatbots, machine learning. Some people include machine learning as AI. I am one of those. Others don't. But there's also systems like Watson, deep learning, decision management, robotic process automation, and then like text analytics. A lot of these go back into like this infographic that I showed the first class. And yeah, you'll see this a few times because I love it. But these ethical AI, responsible AI themes. And on Thursday, we're going to be diving into each one of these at like, right now we're at like very high level view. We're going to dive into them slightly more on Thursday. And then like the next like 6 or so lectures, we're going to be diving into each subject individually. Some of the negatives though is that general public probably hasn't consented and likely doesn't know that video is even being collected. Like this doesn't really look like the Google glasses initially. It looks like, Ray-Ban sunglasses with something shiny on it. There is likely bias in the Ask Meta AI speech to text and image classification algorithms that are under it. Just because there probably is. So there might be bias there. What you're going to do is choose an AI system. I'll show you the AI incident database in a second. So choose a system. It can be one of the ones I listed. It can be one of your favorites. And yeah, so choose a system and then start to describe some potential consequences. So list out 3 to 5 or more potential positive and negative consequence for the system of your group's choosing. They could be similar to the ones that I showed. They can be entirely new. They can be, anything. How do we actually go about implementing these? One of the very highest level way of thinking of this is sort of, you're continuously improving what you're doing. So you might be asking, okay, what is the organization's overarching goal? Then, you start to outline steps towards achieving that goal, identify your key stakeholders to implement steps, execute on a plan, and start to get feedback. Is the principle being upheld? This is really similar to like any company goal, any life goal that you are making. These various steps there's different tools that are out there to sort of, and frameworks to help with this. So the 2 of them that are my favorites. So there's Dion, and I think I talked about Dion a little bit. It's basically ethics checklist for data scientists, a workshop for mitigating risks in AI systems. And so basically what you're going to do first is describe the risks. So for instance, if, my room chooses ChatGPT, for instance, misinformation is a risk. LLMs are not always correct, but sound very confident. So incorrect answers can be construed as fact. The next step is to describe one or more mitigation techniques. The Compass recidivism case study is a really interesting one. Recidivism is basically like the tendency of a convicted criminal to reoffend. And North Point made this software called Compass, which was evaluated by a nonprofit, ProPublica. And what ProPublica found was that the predictions of recidivism was different for white versus black. I hope you all have a good evening, and I'll see you all again office hours Thursday.